going to read a story together. We will read a story titled, Which Way? By Marthe, Jocelyn, illustrated by Tom Slaughter. Which Way will help us tie together our science study to this week's investigation of maps. We'll also learn some new words in the book, Which Way? I'm going to tell you the new words now, so when we come across them in the book, you'll know what they mean. All right, the first new word we're going to learn is on this page. The first new word we'll learn is the word detour. A detour is a longer or less direct route to get where you're going. So it's a longer, less direct way to get where you're going. So you might take a detour to get around something, like a car crash or construction work, or you might take a detour to visit a special place that's sort of along the way to your destination. That's another new word we're going to learn. So you might go a little bit out of your way if you want to see some beautiful sights, if you want to visit a certain restaurant or store. You might go a little bit out of your way if you need to get gas for your car. The next new word we're going to learn is also on this page. It's the word scenery. Scenery is the natural features of a landscape, or basically the nature around a place. And the word scenery is especially used when talking about beautiful nature. So on this page, we're going to hear that word detour, which is a longer way to get somewhere, and it says take a detour to see the scenery. So you might go a little bit out of your way, a little bit longer if you want to see some beautiful nature or have a more beautiful drive. The next new word that we're going to learn is the word compass. A compass is a tool with a magnetic pointer inside of it, and the magnetic pointer always points in the direction of north. So this tool tells us which direction we are facing, can help us get to where we need to go. You see a picture right here. This is sort of what you might see on the face of a compass. The next new word that we're going to learn is a word you might already be a bit familiar with. It's map. A map is a picture or drawing to represent an area, a place, a sea, a city. Right on this page, you'll see a picture that's drawn. It's a map of what looks like a city because there's a lot of buildings, and there's also a sea next to it. I knew that was a sea because it's blue and it has boats. So we'll hear the word map on this page. And our last new word is the word destination. We'll hear the word destination on this page. A destination is the place where someone or something is going. So it is where you are trying to go, where you will end up, the end of your journey. Those are our 5 new words that we're going to hear today. We'll talk a little bit more about them when we come across them as we read. This is Which Way by Marthe, Jocelyn, and Tom Slaughter. Here we go. How do we know which way to go? You see some arrows pointing us in all different directions here. Will we walk or ride? Will we pedal, if you're using your bike, or drive? There's a lot of ways to get around a city. Will we sail? Only if we need to cross water. Or fly? Only if we need to go really far away. Will we go one way and get there quickly? Or take a detour and see the scenery? There's that word detour and the other word scenery too. It's talking about opposites here. So you can go one way, you can go straight to your destination and get there fast, or you can take a longer detour to see some beautiful nature, or for another reason. You might be going around some construction work. You might be visiting a special place. Green means go, yellow means slow, and red means wait our turn. Will we explore a tunnel, count the trees, cross a bridge, sail a sea. How do we know which way to go? We can use a compass. Remember, a compass is a tool that has a magnetic pointer that will always point toward north. That way you can decide which way you're facing. Or we can chart the stars. Some people also use the sky to know where they are. Or a map will show us roads and rivers and towns. So there's our picture of this place map. We can follow the signs. Hey, that's a good connection between things we've been learning about. This week it's maps. For the last 4 or 5 weeks it's been signs. It could be slippery when wet. We might see a deer crossing. There will likely be a bump or two along the way. But whichever way we go, the end of our journey is called the destination. Remember, that's where you're trying to go. And that's where we stop. So this was the book Which Way, in which way we learned 5 new words. We learned the word detour, which is a longer, less direct way to get where you're going. You might take a detour to see scenery, which is beautiful nature. We learned the word compass, which is a tool you can use to help you get where you need to go. It has a pointer which will always point you in the direction of north. We talked about the word map. A map is a drawing of a place. And we also talked about the word destination. That's where you want to go, where you'll end up and stop. Well, our destination right now was sort of the end of this book. I wonder if you could go anywhere right now. We haven't really been able to go too many places or travel due to COVID-19, but I wonder if you could go anywhere in the whole world, what your destination might be. If you'd like to answer that question, you can post about it on Seesaw or send me a message. I'd love to hear your answer to what would your destination be, or even how might you get there. I hope you enjoyed this story, Which Way, by Marthe, Jocelyn, and Tom Slaughter, and I will see you for our next one. Bye, Rockets.